the way. So what do you think? Is the judge going to throw out Trump's criminal hush money conviction or not?
I don't think so. I think that he's going to delay it again, and I think he may even delay it until after Trump is out of office. It is sort of a gray area in New York law, but apparently the judge doesn't have to sentence you the day after the jury finds you guilty, or the week, or the month, or even the decade after. So I think the judge may just hold on to this and, given the circumstances, rule. I mean, anytime you lose a jury verdict, you're behind the eight ball. It's hard to set that aside, and the judge needs a legal mechanism to set it aside. I got a new job and I can't do this right now. I mean, look, that's an argument I can make to a judge. It's not going to really work. When you're the president of the United States, it's a little different, obviously. And that's what Trump's lawyers are arguing, is saying, look, we got China to worry about. We don't need this, the urinalysis and the anger management. Can we do that later? And I think everybody's going to sort of agree that at a minimum, this is going to get pushed. Problem is again, the judge needs a legal mechanism. There's no kill switch here, if that makes sense.
Well, when you say there's no kill switch, meaning what? He just can't throw it out completely?
No, I don't think he can. I think that I think he would be. I mean, I hate putting it like this. I think he'd be legislating from the bench if he were to do that. I can file a motion to call today Saturday, right? And the judge and the prosecution can agree with it, and then the judge can sign it. But it doesn't mean that when I turn on my television, there are the Red Raiders fumbling for the fourth time in the afternoon, right? It doesn't make it so. Legally, you have to have a mechanism, and when you have a jury that returns a verdict, the judge is legally bound to accept the verdict and go into a punishment phase. And the judge could reverse this to the extent that he gives Trump a new trial based on the immunity ruling from this summer, right? The immunity ruling from this summer basically came back and said, look, you can't consider things that happened in the White House while he was the president. Well, okay, 90% of that trial, 95% of that trial were things that happened outside the White House before Trump took office. So the judge, if he decides that the whole conviction is no good for that 5% of what the jury heard, the remedy is a new trial, not tossing it out. I just don't think the judge, I mean, again, the judge, they may all agree that it's Saturday in the courtroom. That could happen. But if they do that, they're kind of rewriting the law.
So 4 years from now, or actually more like 4.5 to 5, the judge could say, okay, now I'm sentencing you to jail.
In theory, yes. Not a lot of 83-year-olds go to the slammer. In Texas, they do. We hate crime here, but not a whole lot of other places will you see that. I don't think he's ever going to jail on this. Even if he does get punished on it, I doubt it. If I'm Judge Merchan, what I'm worried about is getting audited by the IRS every year for the next 4 years, right? And if you've got the president under your thumb to some degree, and you can hold off, well, I'm going to punish you in 5 years, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a little bit of leverage there, but yeah, I think that's where this goes.
Interesting. All right. Well, I guess, Jeremy, good luck to the Red Raiders.
Yeah, we need it. We lost to Dion and Coach Prime this last week, and we got some problems. But you don't want to hear about my problems. You guys are number one, so Maryland was not a problem, as I was saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jeremy, always a pleasure to chat with you. Thanks for joining us on the Wake Up Call this morning. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Jeremy Rosenthal on the Wake Up Call on a Legal Wednesday. It's News Radio 1120 KPNW.